Welcome everyone. What is this? What? Okay, I guess this is just a parrot trap now. Well, since that's gonna be the way this is, I'm gonna tame them, as you know, as I should. Cause where's the fun in that? Where's like that'd be perfect right now. The parrot now. Have a flyer already by what day? Day two? Be perfect. Perfect. See, right now I'm cooking up some meat too. Night night. Eat it. Oh, perfect. That's great. That's 30. It's supposed to have a child? So, find a child. Can we take a child? Because, guess what? More birds there. I can get, okay. Well, 15 per is not the best, but what would you rather have? Level 15 per or not per? PT or no PT. I'll take no PT all day. I'll take level 15 PT all day. Because that means I can level it up quickly. The only problem is that I don't know how I'm getting it out of the house. Oh boy. But that means I can now go fly and go get me crystal like I need. Go get metal. Where is this at? There. Can I make one? Chitin hide. That's what I'm missing. I don't know how you were gonna get out. Come on. Okay. You just have enough cooking. Let's see if I can get you out of the middle. Like, can you come out this way? Will you come out? Doors stay open. At the end of the top roof. Will you come outside? Okay. About to say, how difficult we gonna be there for PT. Alright, it's not a great start so far. You know what? That's fine. We can live with this. There you go. Toggle some money. Let's go back. Oh yeah, thank you. Ooh. I forget what crystal. I don't think crystal spawns on this island. it doesn't hurt to look. Now, we're just gonna hope. I'm gonna get Pteranodons on so then that way, it's not like insane. Like one spawns like right on top of us. Like, so I don't voiced by David Tennant, also known as Doctor Who, as 14th Doctor. Highly, David Tennant, David Tennant, one of the best voice actors. I say the best voice they could have done for Edmund Rockwell. And then The Lost King, I think they did great with Keith David. I think that's phenomenal what they did with him. Because alone, like, that was a great, like, learning that he was a part of, like, the arcs, like, the whole Ark Genesis project was awesome. Learning that he was, like, one of the, like, brilliant brains behind the whole thing, and then just, like, over time, became this being. Also then, like, I think it's awesome. You give a character like that kind of background, like, oh yeah, it was a guy who helped make the Genesis and the arcs and like the codex itself. Like, there was nothing better than that kind of story. It was a background and why he did everything. Like, realizing, okay, look, we as like a colony of survivors, as a lost home on Earth, when there's nowhere else. I honestly think the way they wrote Keith David's character, though, The Lost King, was great. And then it being like 2 bosses in one fight was awesome. I think how they did that was great. You defeat the Lost King, and then you have to fight his queen, which makes sense because when you go through the Explorer notes, and then you hear her crying in the background. You don't realize who it is until the actual fight, which I think is great. Not learning who she was to the fight. And I do have to say, if you knew what Russ Clark, then you will know Russ Clark was right on his theory. That's all I'm gonna say. Because it's like I don't want to give too much away. I'm so glad they brought the Cryolophosaurus into the game. I've been waiting for that. I'm now just hoping that they also do the concave. I really want the concave maker. Okay, I've dropped that. Wait. That's what, behemoth gates too? Does it come with, it just comes with wood gates. I don't... Just give me that. That's all I want. It definitely is... The map is definitely a worthwhile adventure. Especially if you're an old, like one of the, like an OG Ark player. You'll be happy that they're expanding. I'm happy. I've been playing the game since like 2017. Like, look, I haven't been playing since like 2016, like some people have. I've been playing since 2017. So, but even then, like when I started playing, I still remember how great this game was when I first came to it. And even with all of its changes, I still think it's a good game doesn't require, like, when I first was playing, like, I didn't know any of the lore, I didn't know any of that. Once I realized there was lore, because I just thought it was a dinosaur survival game that had, you know, fantasy bosses, like I didn't look too much into the so it was, and then when I realized, like, oh yeah, by the way, there's a bunch of story to this. I'm like, okay, now you got me. Now you got me interested. Now I want. Now it's like. Now I'm like. Now I know this. It's like, dude, this is insane. It's a great story. Like, oh yeah, Earth gets corrupted by this foreign element, and like becomes this like breeding ground for monsters. And that's like the arcs, like the island, aberration, you know, all those places you were just at were all a test for you to see how well you would do. Or like how the fact you could go to aberration, go on the surface. You see how the moon's destroyed. Like all those like tidbits, like small details of lore, I think is what makes this game so good. Because once you realize that, oh yeah, by the way, there's this like all this stuff, you have to realize, so everything I've been doing has been to fix the planet. It's like I honestly think that's a great way to write the story. It's like, okay, everything builds up to the climax of it, which is, I think, arc is kind of split up into like two sagas, as I like to think of it. It's split between Extinction, and it's split between, as I like to call myself, the Arc Saga, or the Revival Saga, as I've referred to it to myself before. Either whatever you want to call it. Either way is, and then like the Genesis Saga, because it's just. It's the Genesis ships, like, there's nothing better than to name it just Genesis. But I think with the addition of Genesis, I can't wait to see it in Unreal Engine 5. That's gonna be great. I honestly think it's gonna look awesome. I personally can't wait to see Rockwell in all his glory on Genesis. And I love the fact they even brought like they, with the teaser that they put in Extinction, at the end of Rockwell's laugh and all that, you think, oh yeah, Rockwell's going to be the next villain of a rat pot. No, he wasn't. And I like how they use the respawn matrix. And they're like, okay, look, since, you know, he hasn't been a survivor and has instead been one of the guardians of the Ark, like, I think that was great that they brought him back as a human instead of this boss. Now, do you still get to see like the remnants of what he did on Aberration still be there? Absolutely. I love the fact that I still get to see, like, as the Lost King puts it, his purple element. you still get to see like normal element or the raw and mundane. Like you get to see that in its like glorious fashion. Like, there's nothing that beats that. Like you get to see it like untouched. Like it's mixed straight into whatever survivors they can. Or so glad they put NPCs in this game. I really hope that they also do put I'm blanking, like NPCs on like Extinction, the island. I think if they were to add it to these maps as well, that'd be great. These kinds of maps would be awesome. Like that'd be expanding the lore even more. Like just lone survivors. Recruit them to your party. Like I get that's like the whole point of like having the servers and whatnot, but for the people who just want to play single player because, well, you know, Ark's community is very toxic. I hate to say it. That's why I play single player worlds. It's because I don't like dealing with the community because community can be toxic. Like, okay, yeah, say you're a beach crab and you don't know what you're doing. Well, guess what? You're dragging an alpha prawn into someone's base. You don't need to like launch a full scale like war. I've had that happen to me before. Like one of my first times playing. No, shut up. I don't know what you want. But like, I honestly think like this game in all of its fashion is, I would definitely say, one of the best like open world survival games that were to come out. And I definitely think like you can't just do a TLC for one creature. I think they should honestly revamp all the creatures. Like obviously like besides like the creatures that do get a TLC. Besides that, I definitely think most dinosaurs in this game need a TLC. Hands down. Like, look, I love their designs and all, but there are some that are lacking. Giga for sure. Giga. They're like, look, I love the theory and all, but in my personal preference, it is a little lacking. Nothing against the creators or anything. It's just, in my personal opinion, it's just lacking a little. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad design or anything. I'm just saying, like, it kind of just fits in. Like, not something that could stand up. The Gigantoraptor. The Gigantoraptor, I could probably, I'd say if you were to ask anyone picked out of like these three dinosaur games, you could they'll probably pick like if they say you were to show like the dinosaur designs do stick out. I want to be honest, they do stick out, which I think is awesome. The dinosaur designs that stick out, and like you can recognize the art style. But I've had a few people like I've shown them like two pictures, be like, okay, yeah, which is from which game, and like I've had some people confuse dinosaurs from one game to another game. And I think that's probably because some dinosaurs need some TLCs. Whether it's just like they add they tweak the design or something, or they redo the whole model. I personally think Wildcard should at least like do a little something. Can I not get this with stone? Okay, I can't get this with stone. Scared me for a second. 6, 5, and 3. Let's get 20. That's perfect. Buy the hearts of a hand because I'm not by the mod shops. I won't feel like as like naked as you could say. No, I definitely need some metal though. But I definitely like some guys who are doing TLCs. Do that for sure. I know, like I get it's an original design now, like not like as in like it's from like the good old days of art, but I definitely think it deserves a TLC, which I think it is. After the Another Life or something like that, I always forget the name. I'm glad that they did. I'm so glad they did that. It's a good charity. I just personally think like with most charities, it's like you can't have a middleman within a charity. You gotta like it's gotta go straight into what you are trying to get charity for. Because I know there's some charities that's like, oh yeah, like give us this amount, and then like, oh yeah, but there's like the middleman and whatnot. I definitely think it should go straight to whatever you are doing charity for, not have a middleman. Need some 100 miles to but you know, it's just like having good because I much rather have enjoy something and like want to watch it rather than just have it on and then not watch it. It's like sometimes I'll do that, just like, oh yeah, I'll put something on in the background and not watch it. But I'm glad that I'm hoping like honestly it can inspire some of you just to try YouTube. If you guys pop off, let me know. I'll watch your guys' channels. Easily, I'll watch anyone and be like, oh hey look, my channel popped off because I was inspired by you. You're like, okay, great. Send me a video on Discord. Send me your channel. I'll watch your channel. Like, I would support my community. Just don't ask me for money. I have like no money. But I'm willing to help you guys, no matter what. Like, I honestly believe that as a community, we should be sticking together no matter what. Look, I get it. I mean, like, yeah, I'm not like the best YouTuber out there. By far, I'm not nowhere close. But I want at least want to grow a little bit of a community, and then hopefully just let you guys recognize me by what you guys will ever want. I just want to. I just want to inspire some of you, whether it's through inspiring you guys to make your own YouTube channels and to film the games you love and want to show people what you can do, or whatever you want. Like honestly, you set your mind to it, you guys can do it. I thought long ago, oh no, I'll never be able to do YouTube. Never. I don't. I used to think, oh, I don't got what it takes to be a YouTuber. But look at me now. I learned I could. And all it takes is just a little inspiration. That little bit of inspiration can go a long way. honestly, I believe in you guys, and I think if you guys were to try YouTube, I think you guys would enjoy it. Oh, alright, there we go. It's getting pretty loud. The game was gonna crash. And yes, I do plan on getting a Notosaurus. I love Notosaurus. I love the concept behind it. I honestly think Notosaurus is a great dinosaur that Moro made. I honestly think it should be added in the base game. But yes, honestly, you guys should. I think you guys should start and try to do you guys' own YouTube channels. If you have a computer or anything, really, you could do it. I mean, does it take a lot of time that you might not have? Yeah, but if you really want to do it, you would find a way to make time. If you guys really want to do it, you should try it. It is, yes, is it hard? Absolutely. But it is worth it in the end. Because, look, if you get a good following, and you're inspiring, because look, if you inspire someone to do something, look, then if I've done that, any of you inspired yourselves to do a YouTube channel, then I'm happy. I did what I wanted to do. I've inspired someone to do what they wanted to do. That they know an internet, try to become an internet star. Now look, don't do anything drastic. Like, don't quit your job to do YouTube. Don't do that. Like, don't do that unless if you're already like on the high end of YouTube, because it's not going to end well. Say your channel starts to die off, and you will have no source of income. So I'm just saying, be careful what you guys do. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and please like, subscribe, join the Discord, leave some names down below for the dinosaurs, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye bye.